Wow. That was an epic, unbelievable, extraordinary, out of this world level episode. In the penultimate episode, the next to last, I thought that was pretty well done. I thought that was a really well done, incredible next to last episode. We got so much to unpack here, so many different angles to assess. I thought it was a really, really good episode. I thought that was an outstanding episode. It was the best episode of the season so far. I have a lot of reactions to go to. All right, let's start with the way we closed there. I think Daenerys has become so rattled over Jon Snow's popularity and the fact that people know she's not the real queen, that moment, that discussion she has with Jon, where she says, it used to be people don't like me here, and the only way you can be, that she feels like she can rule in Westeros is through fear. And so you have that ultimate moment where all of the soldiers have surrendered. There hasn't been that much destruction, death, and disaster. And the soldiers have dropped their weapons. And then, boom, Daenerys decides to continue her attack and to rain down holy hell on everyone. It was the culmination of the question of the season, which has been, is she actually the Mad Queen? Yes, she is the Mad Queen. And now the question we'll have for the final episode is who is going to kill her. And obviously it could be Arya. It could be Jon Snow. I think it's going to be Jon Snow. But let's just run through all of the different scenarios here. This was a bloodbath. We started off this episode with Varys being killed. He's been letting everyone in King's Landing and throughout the kingdom know that Jon Snow is the rightful heir. Then we get Jon Snow arriving at Dragonstone. The comments about every time a Targaryen is born, there's a coin flip. We thought maybe that Daenerys was not the crazy one, and in fact, she is the Mad Queen. Varys says, I still don't know how her coin has landed, but I'm quite certain about yours. Jon says, I don't want it. I never have. He says, you will rule wisely and well, while she, and Snow cuts him off, she's my queen. Tyrion turns on turns on Varys, says that he has turned on her, and then they meet by the fire hearth. I don't have love here. I only have fear, says Daenerys, and that explains everything at the end. That's the crucible line here. I don't have love here. I only have fear. Snow says, I love you. You will always be my queen. Is that all I am to you? Your queen. And Jon is not willing because he now knows that she's his aunt. Jaime's been captured. Tyrion lets him go, says smuggle Cersei out. Let's go and save everybody here. You have a great line where Arya and the Hound arrive, and she says, I'm Arya Stark. I'm here to kill Queen Cersei. The great line here from Tyrion. Tens of thousands of innocent lives, one not particularly innocent dwarf. Seems like a fair trade. We finally get a day battle. Daenerys has had all sorts of questionable decision-making. I don't know why Euron Greyjoy doesn't presume that she might attack from the rear, but this is a bit of a question mark. Why in the world were they not prepared from that? But she wipes them all out, attacks from behind, and comes in and opens up the kingdom, the wall, and Cersei's delusional as she watches. We get Euron versus Jaime. When Jaime kills him, Euron dies staring at the sky, screaming, I'm the man who killed Jaime Lannister. The only thing I really wanted there was, and my wife said it as we were watching, I wanted Jaime to say, hey, you know what? I'm actually the father of the child here. Maury Povich style, not you. We get finally the fight between the Hound and the Mountain. The mask gets knocked off, and we have a Darth Vader-esque reveal. The Mountain is sort of an apparition. He is more Frankenstein than anything else. As we know, Qui-Gon brought him back from dead. And then you have the moment where Qui-Gon says for the Mountain to stay with Queen Cersei, and he just picks up Qui-Gon and throws him, so he dies. Then the two fight, the Cleganebowl, and the Hound is aware the only way he can kill him is by basically diving into the fire, which is a sort of purification for him because he nearly dies there as well. And then we get Jaime finally reaching Cersei as the kingdom literally is collapsing around her. And for a moment, like many of you, I bet, you thought that it might be Jaime who was actually there to meet Cersei. And I'm sorry, Arya there in Jaime's face, that maybe Jaime had died on the staircase. But it's actually Jaime. You can kind of tell there by the blood. They continue to walk down. Their escape route has been buried by collapsing rocks, and they are standing in the bottom of the kingdom, one and together. Cersei says, "I want our baby to live," over and over again. Jaime, as he has been saying for a long time, says nothing else matters. And then the two of them die in one another's arms as the Red Keep collapses around them. And then Arya rides a white horse out of the city. So I think we got several questions now for the final episode of Season 8. I really, really liked this episode. I thought it was well done. I didn't have a problem with the way Cersei died. I kind of liked the way she died with Jaime. I still don't think it made a ton of sense for Jaime to suddenly have the character switch that he did. But I didn't mind the way they died. Now the question of who sits on the Iron Throne. You've got Sansa still back at Winterfell, who Daenerys is angry at. I think Arya has a strong claim on killing Daenerys. So does Jon Snow, who seemed disgusted when Varys was burned to death. There are a lot of different ways this could go. It would seem to me, I don't think we saw Gendry at all in this battle. I'm assuming Gendry is still alive. There are a lot of people who have a claim on the Iron Throne. Sansa, Bran, who still is worthless now. You've got Daenerys, you've got Jon Snow, you've got Tyrion. I would say those are the 5 probably major finalists alongside of Gendry. And man, this whole thing is just a mess now. My prediction, if you want predictions as to what's going to happen, Jon Snow is going to kill Daenerys, renounce all interest in the Iron Throne, head back north to live with his dog, with Ghost and with Tormund, and renounce all interest in the Iron Throne. And I think that it will end up being maybe Sansa and Tyrion sitting on the Iron Throne when all is said and done, with potential Arya as head of the King's Watch. That maybe is a play that I could see happening, Sansa and Tyrion getting married and ending up sitting on the Iron Throne together and having a child. My concern is that Bran is going to end up on the Iron Throne, and I'm going to be like Cersei's last child, Tommen, who just threw himself off of the Red Keep when he saw Cersei blow up the Sept. I am not looking forward to Bran being on the Iron Throne. So I think there are a lot of angles to go through. The Iron Throne may very well have been destroyed by Daenerys. I think Daenerys' chances of ruling on the Iron Throne are negligible. I think Jon Snow will end up having to kill her. And I think then as the Queenslayer, he will head back north and live above the wall. That's my question as what I think is most likely to happen. So many different questions from you guys pouring in here. I'm going to go write my column. I really liked this episode. I thought it was really well done. Hell, maybe everybody else is going to end up getting killed, and the final seat on the Iron Throne is going to be Bronn, not Bran. Or who knows? Maybe Gilly and good old Samwell. I don't know. I thought this was pretty good. I am intrigued to see exactly how this goes. I thought, again, it was a great episode. I thought it was really well done. I liked the way that Jaime Lannister and Cersei died. I had zero issues at all with the way it went down, except for maybe Euron Greyjoy being even worse in battle planning than Daenerys. This was Daenerys's great game plan. Her best, her work of art, her Sistine Chapel. Been a lot of bad game plans by Daenerys over the past couple of years, but I thought that was pretty well done. Again, I think Jon is aware that Daenerys can't run the kingdom now, and it's also Mother's Day. Can't be overlooked that Queen Cersei killed on Mother's Day, just like her father, Tywin Lannister, was killed on Father's Day. And now there is only theoretically one Lannister left, and that is Tyrion. We don't know how Daenerys will respond to Jaime Lannister having been freed. We don't even know if she'll know that he's been freed. And again, I think Daenerys and Tyrion are both dead. Daenerys and Jaime are both dead, but it is Game of Thrones. Who knows what might end up happening. So I thought it was a really good episode. I thought it was pretty fantastically well done. I understand some of you might not like it. I am going to go write my column now all about the final episode. And again, somebody said right now, why did Daenerys go nuts for no reason? I think because she's aware no one loves her. And she said no one in Westeros loved her, so the only way she could rule is by fear. The most important line in the episode was when she was with Jon Snow. I don't have love here, she said. I only have fear. She chose fear. The only way she feels like she can sit on the Iron Throne is if everybody fears her. And in the process, she finally went Mad Queen, much like her father went Mad King. So, her dad also said, burn them all. That's a great point, a great callback. He was trying to burn them all. And if you remember, all of the green that you were seeing exploding, can you guys remember what exactly that stuff was called? That had been settled all throughout King's Landing. The reason why Jaime killed the Mad King was because of all the wildfire that had been placed all throughout the entirety of the kingdom, and you could see that exploding, the green, as the dragon was flying over and burning down everything. So basically, all of King's Landing is going to cease to exist now. The wildfire blowing up, she basically fulfilled the dream of her father of burning them all down. So that was the culmination of the penultimate episode, episode 5 of a season, 6th season. This is just an incredible, I thought, episode all around. I appreciate all of you. This has been an unbelievable episode. I've got thousands of words to write now before I go to sleep. We will be talking about this in hour 2 on my radio show tomorrow. Show is 6 to 9 a.m., all 50 states. We're on everywhere. We will break down everything that took place in this episode. Appreciate all of you. My name is Clay Travis. This has been Outkick the Show. Kisses. You can go read the column. It'll be up in about an hour. This is Outkick the Show. I'll also be live on Fox Sports Radio all day tomorrow, starting at 6 a.m., 6 to 9. See you guys. Kisses. DBAP unless you need to SBAP. See ya. Love you. Thank you, Facebook. See y'all.